how I live my life now.
Yo, I saw the most Connecticut shit of my life this weekend.
You don't know Connecticut. What do you know about Connecticut?
Dude, this is so Connecticut. It'll just show you how much I do know Connecticut. So the Little League World Series, Fairfield, Connecticut.
What?
The team, I know they lost. Whatever. They're still having a parade for the kids. Stop hating on these kids. So listen to this. So you know how like they ask the little kids like, "What do you want to be when you grow up?"
Oh,
yes.
I saw this.
You know,
yes,
the pitcher on the Connecticut team said actuary.
No,
that is the most Connecticut shit ever.
I saw that.
That is very Connecticut. super Connecticut. They say Hartford is like the actuarial science capital. Is what you hear.
The broadcasters lost their mind. They were like,
Dude, they did.
What'd he say? Actuary?
If I didn't
Good for that
go
kid.
to school in Connecticut for 4 years and like date one of these insurance gals, I wouldn't know what an actuary is.
Yeah, a lot of insurance people. Do you call them insurance gals? Yeah.
Well, I dated the insurance gals, not the insurance dudes, because that's just my personal preference.
Right. My roommate was an insurance guy. He was an actuary, and he went to work for one of the majors in Hartford, and now he like runs some portfolio for them.
Dude, to be an actuary, you got to be crazy smart. Like you got to be like one of those like next level people.
Yeah, it's all math, right? Yeah.
And patience.
That's all I know.
I don't have either one of those. I don't have the
know
patience
anything else.
or the.
I just know it's math.
Dude, it's
neither
but it's like next level.
Neither of us know the
math.
first thing about what it is.
I don't know anything.
I gotta get my coffee. Are we
all
ready?
right, you do that.
Oh,
all
my
right,
camera's.
We'll start the show. Whatever.
I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. Yeah, I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Welcome back to the morning show here on Stock Market TV. What up, chat? How we doing? Everyone off to a good start this week? The week just started. Of course, Mondays are great. On today's show, we have Kenny Glick finally back in the saddle. We will have, is Jason Purrs or Sam Gatlin coming on today? Honestly, I don't know. One of them is coming on. I don't know who. Well, I guess we'll have to, it'll be a surprise for all of us. How about that? And that's what we got going on. So I know we got a lot to discuss as always, a lot of new highs and China and maybe we'll talk Bitcoin kind of rolling over or consolidating. I don't know. We'll see. A lot going on in our world. If you are watching us on YouTube, do me a quick favor and just give me a little bit of a thumbs up. Like I don't mean literally. I mean click the thumbs up button on the screen. That would help. If you're watching us on Twitter, hey, hello. If you're watching us on stockmarkettv.com, hello there too. We see you. We see you. All right, should we dance? Let's go.
Oh, we are back.
Oh, there we go.
We are back on the morning show. We lost Strazza.
Oh, we have a camera down.
I just want to say happy Monday to everybody. I was looking at a lot of charts this weekend. I continue to think, we'll see what the market does. I don't know what the market's going to do today or next week or anything like that. But, the dip buyers keep showing up whenever they sell these stocks. And I think a lot of that has to do with the positioning or the mispositioning. The short interest off the charts, Russell 2000, they hate them. China, they hate them. And I just think that that's keeping a bid underneath the market. So anytime you see any, a little bit of weakness, they come right in and scoop them up. And I think it's really just a positioning thing. So I think when that stops happening, that's probably going to be some evidence that, the positioning has, worked its way back to balanced. You know what I'm saying, Spencer?
It could be anything, man. It could be positioning. There's so many reasons.
How about the Trump guy? This guy.
It doesn't need to be a reason.
He he set up a conference, like a press conference, like immediately after the Powell guy Right?
I'm proud to say, not only did I not watch that, I did not watch Jerome Powell. I didn't watch either of those things, and I feel like I was better for it. So
100%. I don't think I've ever watched any of those things, but I know people do.
Yeah.
And I thought that was cool. Just kind of like, in a bully kind of way, Trump setting up his press conference right after the Powell guy.
Also, I didn't need.
That was a pretty solid.
I didn't need to watch it because I had a chart up in front of me and I could just see, and that's all that mattered. I could just see the reaction, and it was a great day. Friday was a great day. It was a great day for America on Friday, was it not, Steve? You agree?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Friday. Were you one of these Powell watchers? Did you watch what the gentleman said?
Oh yeah. As I was watching,
was it thrilling?
Yeah. As I was watching, I was saying, "Oh yeah, oh yeah."
Is that really?
Oh yeah. Here it comes.
So Powell made you horny. That's what happened there.
Powell gave the market exactly what the market told Powell they needed and wanted him to give it.
Which is what?
He's cutting, man.
And then this Powell guy, for those who are unaware, is the chairman of the Federal Reserve.
Yes, Tyrone.
That's right. Not for long, but yes.
And then what did he do? We just lost Strazza again. What is wrong with Strazza today?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
I'll
just
answer
your
question.
And I actually like it, but I don't have to look at you.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Let's go. Spencer, throw it up. Let's go. Talking about markets.
I forgot the question.
Great.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got the Dow futures down 1/3%. That's 160 points to the downside after new record highs last week. All-time high daily close, all-time high weekly close on Friday. S&Ps also down about 1/3%, 64.60, also new all-time highs. NASDAQ 100 down about 40 basis points. That's 100 points to the downside after once again closing at new all-time highs. 30-year bond futures down this morning, back to 114, down about 1/3%. Crude oil up 2/3% at 64. Copper up 0.5% at 448. Gold flat, 3,400 and change. Silver down 1% at 38.60 with the volatility index back above 15. Still above 15, which is really surprising there for the VIX. Over in funny money land, Bitcoin getting the crap kicked out of it this morning, down 2,000 points, 111,500 for the old BTC. You got ETH, 4,600 and change, down 3.5% on the day after hitting a new all-time high yesterday. Solana down slightly, down 4% on the day, 197 for the old Solana. And that brings the total crypto market cap, Mr. Spencer Israel, to 3.81 trillion. 3.81 trillion. What stands out from this morning's futures?
I don't know. I was going to ask you that.
Well, kind of like a common theme that we've been watching over the last week, especially, has kind of just been the nothing burger that mostly has been futures markets. Not much going on in commodities, bonds, stocks, some actual intraday action, obviously, on Friday. I think Dow was up what was it up on Friday? 800 points or something like that?
Yeah, Friday was one of those breathy days, right?
Breathy days. Tell me more.
Breathy, like a breath thrusty day. One of those things. I saw a lot of that over the weekend.
Thrusty.
I can't. I'm not gonna get into specifics because I don't know. But I'm just saying that's a lot of Grant was writing about that. Others were as well. So it was like an everything up day, right?
It was up 850 points, right? Do I have that right? Yeah, 850 points for the Dow. I think it was like a 90% up volume day, and 90% of stocks were up. I think that's what you mean.
Yeah. Wow. If you're in that 10, whew, God help you. Yeah.
Right. So if you own a stock that didn't go up on Friday, you probably shouldn't own that stock.
Yeah. What are you doing, right?
Well, I own Bridge Bio. It was actually down 2% on Friday.
The BBIO?
BBIO. I mean, it's been looking great. Just didn't work on Friday.
You're right. I see that. I don't know.
I mean, it happens, But it had been doing well before that. Maybe it'll do well after that. We'll see. Tesla up 6% on Friday as well. I wonder if that guy, remember, what's that weirdo? The pedophile from Minnesota? What's his name?
Dude, you can't just call people pedophiles that are not pedophiles. You can't just do that.
Oh, you can't do that? Sorry.
No.
A little much.
You cannot just call.
Would you trust your children around that guy?
Yeah, sure. He's not a.
Zero chance. No
What are
way.
you talking about?
Dude, come on.
What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
So anyway, that guy, what's his face? What's his name? Tim Waltz.
Tim,
Tim
thank
Waltz.
you.
Yeah, sorry. Maybe he's not a pedophile, but he's still creepy as hell.
No. He's
And
not.
so, you remember how he said that he was like checking his phone because it helped him get through his day watching Tesla stock fall and then stop falling immediately thereafter?
I've never, dude.
Whatever happened to that guy?
He is living so rent free in your head. It is unbelievable.
My head.
Do you pay him? Do you pay him rent? Because
No. The market pays us. Right?
he's living there. Kick him out, man. Evict
No,
him.
it's making me money, man. It's making me money.
Steve, are we good? Thumbs up.
Yeah, remember, it's not about
Right.
being smarter than everybody else. It's just about being slightly less stupid. I think people forget that. Like, you don't have to be that smart. Like, look at Strazza. Look at this fucking guy. This guy's having a banner year. This guy's having one of the greatest years in the history of the stock market. You think he's so smart? He's not that smart.
Still can't use the camera.
Look at this guy, you know?
See, this is what I deal with here.
Listen, Strazza went from saying, I don't know anything about the Connecticut to being like, that was a good point, JC. That was very Connecticut, right? Strazza, come on.
Yeah, listen, JC spent a considerable amount of time in Connecticut. You got enough Connecticut in you. Yeah. That's good.
4 years. From 18
real
to
years.
22. Very like impressionable years.
Yeah, you were right in the heart of it, you know?
Dude, these weirdos call their sandwiches, they call them grinders.
Yeah,
right.
grinders. Yeah.
Did you know that? Isn't that weird? That's so
weird.
weird. Why do you guys do that? Like, why do you name your sandwiches after a gay dating app?
I think because they actually named their dating app after our sandwiches, and
The
Connecticut is so good at making sandwiches that they needed their own name is really the right answer.
That was always so weird. Like a Cuban guy from Miami, they're like, "Oh, we're gonna go get some grinders." What? Wow.
Sir Gex says I look pale, and it's not just the camera. I literally am pale. All it's been doing is raining here. Like, it just rains all day, every
It's
day.
August in Florida,
It's
so
easy.
Yeah, I don't know what.
so you know how we always make fun of you because you like to spend your winters in Connecticut and your summers in Florida. This is why we laugh at you.
I like to spend my weekends outdoors, and I couldn't this weekend at all.
Oh, we had a beautiful weekend.
I know. I've been hearing all about it. My parents are actually coming to visit me, so it's our whole family has this problem. So they're coming down to visit me, and we're laughing because the weather's so nice up there. They're coming down to Florida.
I know. Why I don't understand what these Strazza families are doing, hanging out in hurricane season down in.
I have a
There we
travel
go.
plan.
Matt knows. JC, when are we going to Country Cow? That was my spot. Talk about hangover cure right there. Country
Great
Cow.
bacon, egg, and cheese.
Spencer, you would approve, sir.
Medium. Get involved.
That place, Spencer would be like, oh yeah.
So for precious metals, folks, I do have an announcement to make. It was my dad's birthday yesterday, and
Shout out, Mr. Strazza.
And my mom called me and said, let's get dad one of those gold bars from Costco. I don't know if she got the idea on here because she hears us talking about it. It's a cool idea, right? They're in Costco all the time. They see him, they hear about him. He doesn't have one. I said, why don't you get him platinum? Do they have platinum? Can you get him some sort of platinum? Because I'm looking at the gold bars at Costco, and I'm like, I remember when these things were like $1,000 or a little over $1,000. They're like $3 now. So I'm like, forget it. Where's the value? So she ended up going with a silver bar, 10-ounce bar from Costco. My dad's like picking it up, and he's like, what the hell is this? What am I gonna do?
10-ounce bars?
Yeah, you get 10-ounce silver bar. We gotta tell
silver bar.
He's got it. Yeah, it's
say
silver.
10 ounces of
No,
gold.
no.
That's expensive
No,
for a
10 ounce.
birthday present.
I didn't want to go with the gold. I wanted to zig. Well, you know what I mean? And so she went with the Lady of Liberty, Liberty silver thing. And as this is going on, Stephen Weitzel's calling me about selling calls in GDX, and I'm like texting him back. I'm like, "You're on the right track, buddy. Keep going." My mom's buying gold bars, but it's lovely, pretty bar.
All right. So
What does
gold
one
bars, that's gotta be
do?
the top.
What do you do with a gold bar besides just show it off at parties? I don't know.
He told me that this will make a lovely paperweight for his desk.
Okay.
I don't know what you do.
So I found an unopened box of 1998-1999 NBA hoops basketball cards.
Super cool.
So I immediately went to Google and I said, who are the rookies in 1998? And it was Dirk Nowitzki, Vince Carter, and Paul Pierce, and like Mike Bibby and White Chocolate, right? So I'm like, okay, we're going to go get Dirk Nowitzki and Vince Carter rookies. And I started digging through. Took me about 15 minutes to run through the whole thing.
Did you get them?
Four Paul Pierce rookies, all mint 10s because they haven't ever been touched. 4 Paul Pierce rookies, 3 Dirk Nowitzki rookies, 3 Vince Carter rookies, 4 white chocolates, and 3 Shaqs that are worth like 30, 35 bucks a pop also.
What's the most valuable card that you found in there?
I forget if it's the Vince Carters or the Dirks are 150 bucks each. I found like $1,500 worth of cards in my in-laws' basement.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy? And then she swears that there's more in the attic. Dude, that's 1,500 bucks worth of cards like that. Boom. On a nice little Sunday afternoon. No big deal. Just minding my own business.
You see Sean Kemp, they're putting him in jail for shooting at somebody who stole his car and shot at him first. This is absolutely absurd.
Sean Kemp's going to jail?
No, he got in trouble for a year, right?
His house arrest, I think. But
speaking of communists, can we throw slide 6?
I was wondering when we're going to bring on a chart. It's 8:47.
I was wondering when we were going to get to communism.
All right, so
all right, here we go.
So this one's a great chart. This one comes from our friends over at Nautilus. They do great work over there. You know those guys, Strazza?
I don't know them. I know of them. Yeah, I like their charts.
I know them. They're friends of mine. I talk to them on the phone. I'm probably way cooler than you are then.
Yeah, definitely. Go on.
Wait, anyway, what's his name? I know that guy too.
They do great work. I don't want to dox them, but they do great work over at Nautilus. And so he's showing here what happens to the market when you have 40% upswings in the Shanghai Composite, which just closed at new decade highs, without a 20% decline during that period, right? And the moves after the signals, you're looking at an average of 17% over the next month, 27% over the next 2 months. These returns are off the charts. I don't know that I've ever seen a back test like that has such amazing results. Again, these are the average returns, so who the hell knows what's going to happen? But definitely stood out to me.
So what he's doing here is measuring initiation readings for the most part, longer term initiation readings. He's looking at whenever you get a 40% move in how long, JC?
In a month. Sorry, no, this is within a year. It doesn't say, it's not a fixed time frame. It's just at a 40% upswing without 20.
Yeah. And so there's 9 events, not a bad sample size. And I think the main takeaway for me when I look at a table like this is China's different. When these stocks go, man, look out. I mean, they rally like nothing else that you'll see, at least internationally.
That's probably a good point. That's a fair point. China's different. Yeah, like that's good. That's a good way to think about it. I like that.
The beta here is wild. We went ham on China last week, and I got a great question from one of my members. He said, why are you jumping these breakouts? Like, they're not confirmed.
It's funny you said that because I jumped the KC breakout. I saw you got in after I did.
Yeah. When I
saw that hit the tape, I was like, great minds think alike.
You got to. It looks too good not to. And I said to him, look, with China, I would rather anticipate, pay a little to be there early and maybe be wrong early on, but not miss the bang, right? I don't want to miss it. When they go and you get that massive momentum move, I want all the exposure. So I have to get there early, pay for a little bit, it expires worthless. I'm happy to do that. That's really my strategy with China right now. I'm super long right now, JC, long-term and short-term accounts.
Can we throw up slide 8? Speaking of super long, we know for a fact that the worst investors on the planet have never been more long than NASDAQ 100, right? So it's facts only. This is free public information. Speculators, these are asset managers, these are hedge funds. These are literally the worst investors of all time. I've never been more net long NASDAQ 100 and have never been more net short the Russell 2000 futures. So they're incredibly long, these mega cap names, incredibly short the small cap names, and we're seeing quite the unwind getting going. Steve Strazza, any thoughts here, sir?
I thought that I really liked your chart this weekend. I have my eyes on that relative trend as well. Jason's been looking at the small versus large ratio. We had the biggest day since, I don't know, late 24, really the election rally, day after the election, right? Biggest day for the small versus large ratio. So a little bit of a bang. And I think why that stands out, I wouldn't go calling this an initiation reading at all yet. But I would say you like to see like that little tactical base, JC, and all these small cap ratios. You know, they're hitting its highest level since March, but on a big, decisive, authoritative kind of breakout day that Friday was. So I like that. I think at least for now, short to intermediate term, Small's over large. When's the last time we could really say that? It's been a while. I'm excited. Does NASDAQ go failed breaky? Maybe. Maybe not. Doesn't need to.
Throw up slide 7, because what are the bigger picture implications? Does it mean that the market needs to crash? I don't think so. I think that just generally speaking, there's still a bid underneath the surface. This is the positioning right now in the futures market. These are non-commercial, so these are asset managers and hedge funds. They just have not been participating in this rally. And so if they have not been participating in this rally, how do you think these folks are going to behave in the final 4 months of the year? What do you think they're going to do? You think they're going to need to play catch up?
They're going to chase that thing.
Do you think they're just going to underperform and kind of wait till next year?
Good chart. Nice chart.
Good chart. Give a shout out to Grant.
Yeah, it's a good chart. So yeah, they're going to chase it like they always do. And honestly, the chase has been a recurring theme already during this cycle. We have had some big second half chases already, just over the course of the past few years. Some great fourth quarters, right? Yeah, maybe we have another one. I'm excited.
What if we pull that forward a bit? August, I don't know if you've seen the seasonality charts, but everyone's a seasonality expert now. I don't know if you noticed, telling you that you have to sell your stocks in August.
I'll be honest. It's been tough for me to hear all the seasonality shit this summer. It's been way
Everybody's a seasonality expert. It wasn't always like that, all these seasonality experts.
Man, it's been a lot of seasonality.
So much seasonality.
And my eyes are sore from rolling.
Yeah, just so much seasonality. So you can take those seasonal charts and you could stick them where the sun don't shine. And the problem is, there's nothing wrong with seasonality. It's just that the humans are really bad at understanding history, and humans are really lazy and ignorant for the most part, and just fail to just go back and just do the work. And if they would go back and do the work, they would see that you want to look at seasonals after the fact, not before, right? You want to see if the market is ignoring seasonal trends or if the market is acknowledging them, not just assume that the market's going to do what it historically does. It's when it does not do that, that is the signal. And what are we seeing now? During a time where the market is supposed to be selling off, it's not.
Humans,
signal.
Naturally ignorant animals attracted to flashy and sexy things like a seasonality chart. People cling to stuff like this, and you just saw a lot of it. There's something to think about seasonality, like you said, JC, is first of all, it's when it's not working that you get the bigger signal. And second of all, it's just background. It's context. It's something to be aware of. If the market starts doing the opposite, you don't cling to your seasonality. Oh, no, but August is supposed to be bad. No. Market saying seasonality's, historic trend is not going to be right this time around. That's fine. You just kind of forget about it. I do want to say, volume 24 shooter, young Straz, you top ticking son of a bitch. Nice Palantir call a few weeks ago. Look, I love Palantir. I love the company long term. I can't wait for it to be a portfolio overweight for me again in the future. There's just not a stock known to man that's anywhere near as ridiculously as expensive as this right now. People are very excited. Okay, so sentiment around the stock is just simply not great. It's not the setup that you want for a new long. If you look at some of these other large cap growth stocks, even some of the mega caps, incredibly fair valuations, lower valuations than they had 2021 last cycle. Like, you can get these stocks at a bargain price right now. Palantir is not a bargain price. That is the worst deal in the market. You are really going to pay up for this. I'm not saying you'll be wrong to buy it here looking out 5-10 years. There's just better things I can do with my money today than own that stock. And I also say, it's easy to look smart when you get to talk on Twitter Spaces once a week. I started selling Palantir in the 70s, 80s last year. So I didn't top tick this thing at all. It was a great trade for me, but I'm not like some...
No, this is a good point. It's a fair point, because in the high 160s, 170, I wasn't taking my profits yet, and Strazza was breaking my balls about it. I'm like, I'm going to sell it near 190. And that was the target, and I stuck with that plan. I sold it near 190, and I literally top ticked it, like literally, actual with the sale. But that was just... that was good luck. That's only the second time in my entire life that's happened. The other time was Chesapeake Energy, like in 2006, 2007, maybe. Yep. I literally sold it. I think it was at 72. Literally top ticket, and then it went to zero, and the CEO killed himself. I mean, that was literally the end. I don't think Palantir is going to end up like that. So I think it was just a local high that we got, right?
I don't know. Look, it's hard
to think. You think that's it? You think?
I wouldn't be surprised at this point because this valuation is what it is. It's so ridiculous. The stock has come so far. If Palantir kind of backed out of the rest of this cycle,
I mean, he's
make
the fourth richest African American.
right. So like, that's good for one cycle.
Man,
you know
I didn't
what I mean?
see that coming. Alex
No.
Karp, CEO Palantir, fourth richest African American. I didn't know.
It's not where the alpha is going to be for now. I don't think. I'm glad that we both kind of finished our trades for now. I think this will be a great stock to trade and invest in the future. Very excited.
I know we got Kenny in the house, but I wanted to go through a couple of things. Throw up, we got a couple minutes. Throw up the Dow, world's most important stock market index.
So good. What a
look at that
decisive
stick.
breakout.
Look
I
at
love
that
this.
stick. Did you think it wasn't coming? Did you think
I
it
know it's
wasn't coming? It was really just a matter of like a when for me, not an if, right?
Isn't this just a story of constructive bull market rotation, right? Like shout out Ralph Occampour. Isn't that really what's going on here? While everybody's panicking about growth stocks, it's like, look at small caps, look at the Dow, look at value stocks, right? Like this is just some really, really healthy stuff. And if you look too hard at the indexes, you're going to fool yourself into thinking something's going on that's not. Because
how about the world's most important stock exchange? These are the stocks that trade on the world's most important stock exchange. And here's what's interesting. People fight me on the Dow, whether the Dow is the most important index or not. We can have that debate. This one, there's no debate. The New York Stock Exchange is the world's most important stock exchange, and you couldn't even tell me what number 2 is. That's how like far ahead the New York Stock Exchange is above everyone else. Strazza, as somebody who likes to argue with everything I say,
I'm fine with it. You look at some obscure charts, and I love you for it.
Is this obscure?
A little bit.
The stocks that trade on the world's most important stock exchange. That's obscure.
It's a little bit obscure.
The New York Stock Exchange Composite is an obscure index. You hear that, folks? This is what I'm dealing with. Obscure.
Really an exchange.
The New York Stock Exchange Composite. All right. How about these? Are these obscure also? We're looking at U.S. financials and European financials, both making new all-time highs. Thoughts?
I think it's great, and I don't know which ones you want to own. I'm choosing my fighter with the U.S. banks here. I think that monster base that Fonz covered last week, at least for now, probably fails. The momentum is with the U.S. banks right now. It's really interesting. The 3Bs trade is really working. So I think you might see like some give back in this ratio, and maybe it's time to own more U.S. banks over the Europeans.
From a risk appetite standpoint, this is not evidence of risk aversion. I'm in the camp that these are the most important stocks in the world, financials.
I know you are.
And then finally, I keep being told how terrible things are in Europe, especially from the angriest people. You know, those angry people, they get so angry at Europe. Like, oh my God, Europe is such a disaster. And oh my God, and they don't know what they're doing, and the NATO and the war and new all-time highs for the broadest measure of European equities. This is the Euro Stoxx 600, which includes smalls, mids, and large, making new all-time highs.
Yeah, wow. Okay.
Are things really so bad in Europe? Like, what is going on out there that makes people so angry? They keep telling me Germany's been in a recession for years. Fucking DAX makes new all-time highs every week.
But who's saying bad stuff is going on in Europe?
Everybody, dude.
I'll tell you
kidding
the issue.
Me?
I'll
Everybody.
tell you. No. You know what it is? It's American tourists are going to Europe and are saying it's bad because it's crowded and it's hot.
No, it's the Europeans that are telling us how bad things are. And the Brits too.
All right. Okay, fine. Here's what it is. They don't want us to come there. We're overcrowding it. We're cramping their style. They're saying don't come. It sucks. It's hot. We don't put ice in our glass. We don't have air conditioning. Stay in America. Please.
Don't worry, Europe. I will.
Me too.
I'm taking the kids to London and Paris in the spring.
Oh boy. All right.
Quick trip.
Let's find out what Kenny's doing as far as global travel plans are concerned. I don't know. Maybe he's going.
He's got some silver bars.
Yeah,
this guy, every time I see him, he's got another one. He has like keychains that have silver on them.
His silver is silver.
Oh, do it.
It's been a long time coming. They ain't come from my club, they tug it. Putting up numbers, 99 pounds, and I still kept it 100. Hola. Yeah.
Kenny.
I have an unusual set of skills. What about Europe? Italy's in Europe, right?
Italy is very much in Europe.
Right.
Yes,
That's
indeed.
all I
Might
go.
be.
I go to Sicily, and I'm going back to Sicily.
Well, Sicily's not in Italy. Sicily's its own thing.
All right. So then it's not Europe. So yeah, I hate Europe too. Then screw it, really. Screw all that.
Sicily, dude. Taormina in Sicily is like one of the most amazing places in my entire life. I love Laguna Beach because of Taormina. It reminds me, like being in Laguna, like it reminds me of Taormina, like at night. Like it just, these Sicilians, they bring so much joy to my life.
Cool. You know about where you could rent these villas in these towns where you could rent them, and then you could basically buy them if you promise to help fix them up and like help support these towns. They're just like these vacant monster villas on the mountaintop. My friend did it, got his own personal chef there. Sounds like the greatest trip ever. So we're going to be doing that next year. So
Nice, man, dude.
It'll be a lot of fun. I don't know if I'm going to buy one, but yeah.
You don't need to buy it. Just hang out and get out of there.
Buy a lot of fine print on there. Something about people knocking on your door looking for donations or something.
Siracusa, Cefalu, go hang out in Cefalu. But you want to stay in the Taormina area. Oh,
yeah.
Messina, all that over there.
I travel with my own Sicilian, so it's good.
Oh, you bring your own Sicilian. That's a good idea.
Yeah. So
you're better off that way. It's like when I used to go to Chinatown for brunch for dim sum. You always want to make sure you bring a Chinese friend with you.
Right.
You skip the line every time. Like if it's a bunch of gringos, you're gonna be waiting there for hours at the Golden Unicorn. But if you bring bring my boy Keesop.
Speaking of Chinese, let's go. PDD short. Who's with me?
Are you shorting PDD here?
Earnings reversal.
PDD, you're not awake this morning. So yeah, so here you go, my friends. The trade that hasn't failed us in basically ever. If you were trading BJ on Friday, it was kind of a dud, but it was not a fail. This is the trade that makes up for the lack of BJs on Friday. So again, PDD, Chinese stock, reports earnings, holds the prior day VWAP, rips through today's VWAP, and it's flying. And then I wake up, I'm like, oh, look, PDD reported earnings. Just got involved. So right there, it breaks the VWAP and hits that double bottom breaks. You see that little test and it couldn't get back over it and starts to roll. Joined in right there, blue line and orange line, and very nice way to start the day. And it might be the end of the day because I think we're going to see a lot of what we saw on Friday. One move and then go sideways, and you're just going to wind up churning and chopping your accounts. And listen,
what time did the market peak on Friday? Noon?
I don't know because I wasn't involved. I just shorted Newegg. You guys know about this? I don't know why this is not a bigger story. This was a $3 stock that went to 135, and we crushed it on Friday. So there's that 1 minute multi-day VWAP trade. We got short the stock at around 129.50, and before we even knew what was going on, it was dropping in 10-point increments, and it's fantastic. So, and this company just put out options, so it might stabilize the stock. But this is a $3 reverse stock split piece of nothing that they ran to 140, and that was my one trade on Friday that basically made the whole week. And then we had, I don't know if you guys know about my SPAC. I don't really want to talk about it, but the SPAC is up 400% so far. Thank you very much for participating in it.
And which SPAC is this, sir?
I don't really want to talk too much about it because it went up on like 8,000 shares this week.
Oh God,
400%. It's PORT, guys. If you're going to trade it, be careful. Nobody put a lot of money into this, but this was $11 and it hit 40 on Friday.
Oh man,
there's no volume, but it's an interesting deal because do some research. They're coming out. The SPAC that they have it's Angel Studios, these Sound of Freedom filmmakers. So I found out about this and I joined in, and I can't explain it how it went to 40, but in this market, it's either going to be 140 today or zero. So I mean, it's just absolutely incredible. But I wouldn't be trading it if you guys don't have access to bulletin boards. It's sometimes hard to get out of these things. And please don't ever send a market order if you're trading these garbage stocks. But garbage or what? $11 now it's at 40. So, but
what about Open Door? 40% mover on Friday.
Yeah, all over this stock. One of my favorites to trade because it's fast and cheap, like my ladies. And it's just has options and it's fantastic. You're getting $4 stocks to rip at $1 and change, especially on a Friday. I didn't trade it on Friday because I just, wasn't paying attention, but phenomenal action around this.
And what is going on? So like, there's activist shareholders, but like
That's
not
all
really.
you need. You need in this market. All you need is the catalyst, and then the squeeze, and then you've got your
But
activity.
isn't it a company that says they sell houses, but they don't?
You could virtually buy your house, which was kind of cool for 5 minutes during COVID. That's about it. And Kathy Wood owns it, so it's probably going to zero. It's just awful. But the thing is, it had 1 billion shares traded on it about 2 weeks ago. 1 billion shares went on.
Looks great.
That's where you want to be as a day trader. That's where the money's at. And again, you got your faux show, bro. VWAP break this morning already. This is a wonderful trade. There's the faux. There's your show. There's the reason I would have bought it at 495. And next thing you know, it goes to 540, and there's your day's pay. This stock is awesome. Awesome to trade. It's also awesome to trade? Bull. I've been doing really well with this one. It hasn't gone anywhere in the last couple of months, but very active trade, has options, just wonderful stock to trade.
Kenny, on that Newegg, what's funny about that, because you mentioned the whole reverse split thing. So it goes from 3 to 100. You think, wow, 3 to 100, that's a big move. Not when you zoom out, it's not, because the all-time high is 2,000. This stock a couple of years ago was $1,500.
Oh yeah, but that's split adjusted
on a split adjusted basis.
Right. But in reality, this thing did go from 3 to 135 in the last couple of months.
Yes,
just absolutely incredible. But again, that's why people love these $2 stocks that have these reverse stock splits, because they take the supply away, and then they have this massive demand, and you get a Newegg. So it's just incredible. And a lot of ones like LIDAR still in play, LIDR. This one keeps waking up. V-Wave keeps waking up. Defense stock. So again, a lot of these cheap ones are still in play, and I'm loving it. You can't always be trading Palantir, right?
No.
No. I mean, some people do, but not everybody.
Right. Hey, big fan. It sounds like we all exited the stock at the same time. So very nice. Well done.
Pretty sure I got the best fill. I got the best fill on exiting Palantir that I will ever get, maybe the rest of my life. I may never get such a good fill on an exit. Good. Sometimes you get lucky.
Very nice. Yeah.
I mean, as part of good. As somebody who's been doing this longer than I have, Kenny, would you agree that sometimes you just get lucky?
What is it? I don't really know what it feels like to sell a stock and have it go down lately. So yeah, it's like a miracle.
That's a good point.
We are starting to see, and again, Nvidia is going to not change the game. It's going to be a nothing burger again. So I think, and by the way, you guys are talking a lot of stuff that I wanted to chime in on the seasonality. We haven't got to the seasonality yet, right? We had some selling on August 18th, 19th, and 20th. So seasonality sort of kicked in. I know we're at all-time highs, but don't we have to wait to see if seasonality is going to play out? It's usually September is the weak month.
It's August and September, but we don't necessarily want to position ourselves ahead of seasonal trends. We want to look after the fact.
Yeah, absolutely. I considering nothing's worked as far as selling this year, I'm just going to assume nothing's going to continue working. And that Wednesday sell-off that we had, that might have been it. Those are new generational lows as far as I'm concerned. 3 Fridays ago when we had that sell-off down to 551.50, right now that is the line in the sand for the QQQ shareholders. If you hold that, we're just going to consolidate here and inevitably go higher. So it's a big, that level that we hit 3 Fridays ago when we actually had that sell-off on the Apple earnings is more important than what we just witnessed over the last couple of days. But you're starting to see some sellers out there. But again, it's nothing. It is so nothing that it's hard to comp. It's hard to imagine that this market looks like it's just basically impossible for it to go down. And when it does, it goes right back up anyway. So what's the point?
There's just so many people betting on it going down that it just makes it mathematically very difficult for it to do so.
Right. And if you're going to bet, just bet against the Yankees. You want an old tech stock that's a bag holder right there? The Yankees. The Yankees are like an old tech stock that everyone's holding and waiting for them to come back. It's over, Johnny. It's over.
That's actually a very apt analogy.
Wow.
We are all living in the late 90s, early 2000s. That's right.
They are hard to watch. My God. But if you like sports betting, it's been a good bit. And by the way, don't forget.
And what about Nestor Cortez? Now all of a sudden he's a Cy Young.
Oh yeah. He's shutting down
Dodgers
yesterday. Yeah, crazy.
All right. Wait, a couple of things. First off,
shout out Hialeah. Nestor Cortez, born and raised Hialeah.
Oh.
You know.
You know.
Didn't know that. First things first, if you guys want to be in on these new egg trades while they're happening, hit the bid.com is where to join. But also, Kenny's going live tomorrow. I'm dropping the link in chat, and I'll throw it on the screen right now. Tomorrow at 2 o'clock, special stream, free event on our site, on his site, hitthebid.com. I'm not sure yet if we'll throw it on YouTube. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. But Kenny's just going to kind of talk about the trades that he's been making, how he saw them or how he found them, how he traded them, and like new egg. Like you said, the new egg trade was
stop in.
Was unbelievable, right? So 2 o'clock tomorrow, right here on the channel. Link is in chat, and I'll throw it on the screen as well. So Kenny, we'll see you tomorrow. All right.
All right. Good luck, everybody. I'll see
Adios. Kenny Glick. Always bringing a name that is not on my radar. You know, it's one of the things I like about Kenny. First of all, the time horizon he incorporates very different than what we're doing here traditionally. And then he's got, you know, more eyes. You know, one of the things I was thinking about yesterday, Strazza, I was thinking there, you know, just minding my own business, you know, doing some thinking. I feel like people don't think enough. You know, if you're in the business of making important decisions and having to think, like, you should set time aside to actually think.
That's right.
Like my wife is like, you're just walking around. You're not even working. It's
Walking,
like, no,
talking on the
sweetheart.
phone, reading.
Is,
I stare at the sky or walls or
Yeah.
ceilings.
Yeah, you should do that in the middle of a hurricane. Stare at the sky. So for me, I was thinking about how many eyes I have on the market. And it really is truly an unfair advantage. And this is something you've talked about before too. We have so many eyes in the market because think about it. We have my 2 eyes, which I look at more charts than most people on the planet, as we know. I have you. We have an entire team of analysts. We have all kinds of friends, all kinds of shapes and ages and sizes all over the world that are all looking at markets. And, you know, we have become friendly over the years. And in many of these cases, they look at markets in similar ways that we do. In other cases, they look at it completely different, like a Kenny Glick, like a Herb Greenberg. I mean, there's just so many eyes in the market. It truly is unfair.
I have like 10 eyes on any given day watching the themes and the things that I'm interested in because our team is so deep and it's incredibly helpful. And for that reason, of course, everybody's always going to miss something, but we don't miss much.
Well, we've also like made it like harder and harder to miss things because we've like plugged in holes. Like we need a scan that's going to do this because we keep missing these and that's not cool.